Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Raiders and the Bears on Monday night.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, "My bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there."
Now a throw here, hold in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Yannick Ngakoue. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Fields now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Max Crosby with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
On first down, Hurts. That's going to be caught by Judy. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Six yards left on second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there for the Raiders.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
It's caught. Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Throwing is Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
As I was going to. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Out of the gun, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To the air again, Fields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Handoff comes to Montgomery, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Montgomery on the counter. Powers through him. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
No, check that. What Mike do? Watch the slip.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Bulldozes past him and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And that's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
This is our time.
Max Crosby able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
On first down, Watkins. He finds his man, complete. It's Brock, and he's out right at the 25.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On first and 10, Watkins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Watkins eluding the pressure right. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there for the Raiders.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Looking to throw. Watkins looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holt. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Operating from the gun, Watkins escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So not only do you not get the first down, but you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kicker's over there saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The Raiders defense getting ready. And they've created a major first-half storyline with the pressure they've been able to create.
And I know that the good teams adjust from series to series. They make their adjustments on the sideline before they go back out. In this case, I think they might need a little bit more time. They want to get to the half and start figuring out how do they change protections, how do they get the ball in the hands of the passer a lot quicker, make sure he doesn't get hit as often, all those different things. Maybe even run the ball a little bit more. Anything to try and tamp down the pressure.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now Stick. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Stick back to pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 1st down, Brock. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. It's Brock, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watkins. Flushed out right. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Get ready.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a man open down the middle of the field.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Smith, 33 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Stick looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, that play really didn't fool them. They completed the screen pass, but for lost yardage, a really nice play by the defense.
Yards remaining on 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Here's Stick looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing on first down, Watkins. He's got Smith here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up second and goal.
To throw on second down, Watkins airing it out deep for Smith. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Looking to throw. Watkins. Going right side here, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Most of the starters are likely done. These coaching staffs getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason opener, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this one is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run on first down. Brock, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brock, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off the bootleg, Watkins. Flush to his right. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action. Watkins. Throw left side complete. That's Brock. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased.
Touchdown Raiders! A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the Raiders have got him. Malcolm Kuntz able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And now here's a carry heading left. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on third down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
10's the mic. 10's the mic. It's our time. It's our time.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Back to throw here. And this one too low.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Check. 40's mine. 40's a mine.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders open the lead up to 34-0.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Bears on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Mike, 58, right there. I'm here all day. 58 for Mike, 58.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. With the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And give him credit. He deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively, my goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on fourth down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Brock. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down now, it's Brock, and he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there for the Raiders. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Come on, let's go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Tens the mic. Tens the mic.
They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Brewer. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st down, it's Brock, and he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Raiders are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Looking to throw. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Brewer. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Now they get a fourth-quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On third down, it's Stick. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Brock, and he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down, it's Brock. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On third down, Brock. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, that'll be incomplete.
Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They're going to look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Well, the Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. That is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.